Today I'm going to show you how I decorated this Poppy Playtime cake. Come join me. So this is a full quarter sheet cake, but it's carved. So half of it's going to be chocolate and half of it's going to be vanilla. So you see me here putting that together onto the half sheet cake. And I'm carving it down to the shape of our character. So you see I'm just kind of cutting some pieces off till I get it to the shape that I want it to be. At the top, you'll see me cutting a piece off, and then I realized that I did not want that off, so I'm putting it back onto the cake. Then I'm going to crumb coat the cake to make sure that I'm able to work with the cake without crumbs getting into my icing. So you can see me here, I had added some icing in between the two cakes on the top, and that's to help hold them together as they are being put together. I have it basically crumb coated, and now I'm going on and I'm adding the icing colors onto the cake. So this is a star tip that I'm using to coat the very bottom with a yellow color. I'm going to use 4 colors going up the cake, kind of in an ombre, but in 4 different colors up the cake. So here you see me doing a red color. I'm also going to use a purple next and then a blue. So we'll just kind of watch as I do the other colors to cover the whole cake in this kind of furry looking buttercream icing. Here we've switched to the purple icing. And here, of course, you can see I went to the blue color. So we're making sure that all of the white is covered up on the cake so you don't see any of that poking through in the fur of this character. So once I'm finished with this, I'm moving on with doing the fondant pieces for the cake. So here I am making the mouth. It's a pretty pronounced mouth for this character. So we have some bright red lips. There's a black background. And there are some pretty sharp white teeth, which you'll see me creating and placing into the mouth of this character. So here I am cutting around the outside. I'm also going to cut in the inside so that I'm able to put a black background in the mouth. So here you can see me putting that over top of the black to get that appearance of his mouth being black in the background. And then, as I mentioned, I'm going to move on to putting some very sharp teeth into the mouth. Using some water here to adhere the lips to the black mouth. And here I'm creating those teeth that I mentioned as well. So these are very jagged teeth of differing sizes. They'll be kind of jagged in the mouth, pointing in different directions, different heights. And as I mentioned, just kind of placing them. I'm using water to place these teeth into his mouth. And then once I have these teeth put into the mouth, I'm going to add the mouth to our character cake. So I'm using a bit of buttercream icing to hold it down and putting that mouth onto the cake. After this, I'm moving forward and making the eyeballs made out of white fondant and adding some black pupils. And then once they're done, I will also use buttercream on the bottom of those, and then I'll place those onto the cake as well. And there you see me doing that. The last thing for the cake is to add the little signs that are going to say happy 3rd birthday and then the name of the child. So here you can see me, I'm using an edible marker and I'm just writing that onto onto these little banners that I made out of fondant in pink because that's her favorite color. So once I have the birthday messages, I'm going to place them onto the cake board in the front of the cake. And there we go, placing the first one on the left-hand side. Just kind of draping it so it sits up a bit and cleaning up the cake board. And this is what our cake looks like. If you enjoyed watching this video, I do encourage you to like, comment, share, and subscribe so that you don't miss any future content. Thank you so much for joining us. Please, as I mentioned, like, share, subscribe. Thank you again for joining, and have a great evening.